I'll end with what to me is the most touching story in my working with children. So when I offered yoga as an ICSE optional subject at one of the co-ed South Bombay schools, there were no takers because everyone thought, the boys thought yoga as a pansy subject, etc. So the principal called me to give a talk. I gave a talk and 2 girls came forward and 1 boy. That 1 boy, let me call him Arun. His name is totally changed. He had severe health issues, so his parents had forced him to come for yoga for his health issues. Now he was also very bullied in class and he used to miss a lot of days at school. His grades were very low. So you know, in Tare Zami Par, the dyslexic boy is called Darshil. So boys would call him Darshil to make him feel bad and all that. So in any case, Arun came for yoga. He liked it. Next day he brought 2 more boys. He joked, "Miss, I brought you 2 more devotees." And finally we had a group of 7 children. And I took them to Pondicherry, as I always take the children I teach. And throughout the year of teaching, I would see the other boys being very mean to him, and I had multiple conversations with them about being nicer to him, and they'd always promise me, yes, yes, miss, we won't, and next day they'd do it again. So we went to Pondicherry and we were at a dinner table together, just 7 people, so I could hear the conversations. And again I saw the boys bullying him, and this poor Arun's cap was going lower and lower. Maybe he was crying, I don't know. So that's a moment I felt really, really angry. I think I always say that you have to feel inadequate before feeling angry. I felt very defeated. I felt that I wasn't reaching these children at all, and maybe that inadequacy became anger. Any case, on the way back, I said I'm getting off at the Samadhi because I wanted to cool off. I said, y'all go back to Park Guest House. But these 2 boys who had troubled him, look at their luck, on maybe mother's plan, they said, "Miss, we are coming with you to the Samadhi." So they came with me, and it was one time I was really angry and I used words on them I've never used on children. I really gave it to them, and then we went to the Samadhi, and then we came back. And then I was in my room, and one of the boys was on the lawns of park, one other boy was in his room, and the other children kept slipping me notes. "Miss, A is crying, B is not talking." So I said, let them be. Then they both came to me and they said, "Miss, we were crying not because you shouted at us, but because we are really feeling bad for what we've done. But you know, we actually, Arun's our best friend." Look at their definition of a best friend. "But when it comes to the temptation to being cool and sounding funny and putting him down, it's like an itch. We can't stop ourselves. It's like it's bigger than us, but we are promising you we'll change." So I said, "Don't tell me that again. I've heard it 100 times. I don't believe you." So they said, "Okay, miss, we are the leaders of the class. We'll make the whole class change towards him. You watch." Next day, we went to Matri Mandir. It was their first visit there. And this boy, Arun, came out of it wide-eyed. He said, "And miss, for 15 minutes my eyes were open and I was looking at that crystal, and I didn't have one single thought for all 15 minutes, not a single thought. And it was the most amazing feeling in the world." And then he said, "Miss, I have white walls in my bedroom. Do you think I can get a glass globe and create a Matri Mandir for myself?" Of course, that's not possible, but that was his child's mind. So the point is, he'd experienced a real shift in Matri Mandir, and that's what this generation is so open to, the silent mind. What we struggle so much, I find the first instant they get it, their mind just like just now 2 months back when I'd gone to the when I'd taken children, one girl came to me and said, Miss, I'm scared to go to the Samadhi again. I'd taken them the previous day. So I said, why? She said, Miss, I was just sitting there watching my breath and suddenly I had no thought and I had no access to thought. I got scared. I started trying to remember the sutras, but I just couldn't think. And she said, is that a good thing or a bad thing? So I said, good thing. If you don't want it, give it to me. I'll give my right arm for that. So anyway, she's next day again. So I'm saying this generation has that equipment. It comes very easy to many of them to experience this complete silencing of the mind. So even Arun experienced it over there. And then we came back to Bombay. We always say that if you shift inside, it will bring a corresponding shift in your outer world. Your outer world is a reflection of your shift inside. So Arun had experienced this shift inside. We came back to Bombay. The boys actually kept their word. They changed the whole class, and this boy Arun started flowering. He started attending school regularly. His grades improved. His marks improved. And he was really blossoming. We could see that. And that just makes us think that when we are mean to each other, how much damage we cause one person. And when we decide to be nice, we actually give them their life, isn't it? That's how much power we have, even socially, not just in classrooms, even with each other. One rude comment, one ignoring someone, how much damage we do to each other, how much power we have, and that same power can bring so much life to people if we use it well. So anyway, he was really blossoming, and so I took them in the Diwali holidays, which might be October, November. January, I get a call saying that this boy Arun was crossing the road at Marine Drive and a car had hit him and he was no more. So I just feel that his soul was waiting to take this experience at Matri Mandir, experience joy in the last 2 months and then go. And then the boys wrote to me that thank God we changed. At least the last 2 months of our best friend's life was so happy. So now since it's an ICSE board subject, they write a yoga paper. So in December, Arun had written a yoga where I'd asked a question, what is faith to you and what in life would help you to have faith? So he'd written the answer. I'm wondering if I still have that paper, I don't know, because I could never give it to him. Before I could give out the papers, he was no more. So he had written that faith is believing in God, whatever. And he'd said that my mother has already had 1 surgery in her spine and she's due for 1 more. So if somehow God would make her avoid her 2nd surgery, I would have faith. Now, of course, Arun passed on in Jan. I found out in May that his mother had done some acupuncture or whatever and had actually avoided her spinal surgery. So yeah, very, very special these moments with children are.